Have you ever wondered what is the difference between null value and zero value and in a data set? Don't worry, I'm here to explain you the difference. Hi everyone, this is Navneet Kaur and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and amazing. So today we're going to discuss about what is the difference between null value and zero value in a data set, and we will understand this with the help of this given table example. Okay, so before that, let's move to the points of difference between null value and zero value. So first of all, what is null? Null is something which is missing, something which is unknown. You don't know it, you don't know about it, you don't know the value, it's undefined. That is called null. Now on the other hand, zero means the value zero. Okay, so it's a certain number. We have a zero number, it's a certain data point, whereas null is something which is not defined or not known to us. Okay, now null is not a measurable quantity. We cannot measure null because it's missing, it's empty, right? Whereas zero is a measurable quantity. Although the number is zero, but still you can measure it. Okay, you can quantify it, and it's a certain data point. For example, you if you say that you have zero apples in your hand, so even though you don't have any apple in your hand, but still you can quantify it because you say that there are zero apples, there is no apple, right? Now, before moving to the third point of difference, let's move to our table example and try to understand what is the difference between null and zero value. Now, here you can see this is a table wherein student name is written here, and we have in the second column English marks. Okay. Now, here you can see this student Karan, the value for English marks is not provided here. This cell is empty. And if we see the third column, English marks 2, these are the same marks, but we have the value 0 for current marks, right? So here you can see that in first case, the value is empty, and in second case, the value is 0. Okay, so it might be the case that in first case the value is empty. It might be the case that Karan didn't appear for the exam, and so we don't have marks for him. Okay, we don't know his marks because he didn't appear for the exam and he did take the exam, right? On the other hand, the zero denotes that Karan did appear in the exam, but he scored 0 marks. Okay, so zero denotes that. So here we can see that we have the value, but here we don't have the value. Now, what will be the impact on any statistical calculation if we perform on our data and we have null value or zero value in our data? Okay, so let's say we are supposed to find the average marks. Okay, so let's try and apply the formula of average, and we will calculate the average marks in both of the cases. So here we got 81.25. Let's check the value here. Okay, so now you can see that the value of average is different in both of the cases. Here we got 65, but in the first case we got 81.25. Now, what is the difference here? So let me tell you, in the second case, first of all, in the second case, we have in total 5 students, and we have marks for all of these 5 students. Karan scored 0, but still 0 is marks which he scored, right? So the sum of all these numbers, it then is divided by total number of students, which is 5. Then we got 65. So if we calculate the sum, if we calculate the sum for this, the sum is 325. And if we divide this by 5, we get a 65, right? But in the first case, here we can see that we have marks for only 4 students. Okay, we don't have marks for Karan. Now if we again calculate the sum will remain same, right? Now if we divide this value by 4, we get 81.25, which means when the value is empty or missing, it is not counted. Okay, so in this formula, this empty cell was not counted, and the total number of students was counted to be 4 only. Although there were 5 students, but it counted as 4 students, and we got the average of 81.25. Okay, so now there is the difference when there is null value in our data set, because we get a different result, and this is not accurate. Why? Because we still have one student, although he didn't we don't have marks for him, but still there are total 5 students. Okay, so if we assess that, okay, this class has an average marks of 81.25 for English subject, this will be not accurate, and it will be misleading, because we will assume that this average marks is for all these 5 students. However, this average marks is for these 4 students except Karan, right? So in this case, in order to avoid this misleading calculation, we can treat the null values. Now, how we can treat the null values, or we can handle the null values? We can either exclude them altogether. Okay, we can exclude this data of Karan, or we can provide a default value against Karan's marks. Let's say we can add a Karan's marks which he scored in the pre-board exam, let's suppose. Okay, in that way we can also then find out the average of all the 5 students. Okay, so there are many ways where uh, with the help of which we can handle the null value, so that we don't get any misleading result, right? So yeah, let's move to the third point of difference. So null means no data and zero means no quantity, right? So here null means no data. It was completely missing, and zero means no quantity, because the quantity is zero, right? There are no marks, there are 0 marks for Karan. Okay. So I hope this is now clear, and now you know the difference between null value and zero value. So, if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.